All right, so I'm here with it. I'm here with Chris Padilla, the lightweight goat. All right, and for our first question for this interview, all right, how's your day been, bro?
Day's going pretty good, man. Shoot, just trained a bunch right now. Took a fucking short nap, and now I'm up, ready to cook.
Right, that's great, bro. So, I believe you said that you are on a break to help out your teammates. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, we're on a little break. After my fight, or right before my fight, a lot of guys were getting their matchups. My coach was ready to have a son, so I just wanted to kind of step back because for me, just for any fighter, they know like. Uh, when you have a fight, everything kind of zero in on you. All the
Mm-hmm.
attention, um, and just the mind space, man. My coach's space, my teammates, everyone kind of focus in on me. So I wanted to make sure that after my fight, that I could give that same attention to my teammates and my coach.
Yeah, bro. That's really cool. Do you have any idea when you're gonna be coming back from this break?
Shoot, man. I'm looking for LA, man. They have a LA card coming up
Mm-hmm.
January, so I'm hoping for that. If not, shoot, February works. I know they got a card coming in Mexico too, so I'd like to do shoot both if possible.
Yeah, bro. Card in Mexico, that would be really cool to see you there as well. Hopefully, you can get the LA card. I think that would be really good as well. But bro, you are a crazy prospect right now. I mean, look, I don't like you don't seem to have too much hype on you right now, but I mean, you subbed James Yontop. I don't know if you saw his fight this weekend against Mauricio Ruffy. Mauricio Ruffy was not able to put him away, but you managed to sub him in the first round. What did you make of his performance?
I thought the fight was. I thought Rufi did his job. I thought he definitely came in with a lot of skills, but uh, I expect a little bit more from the fight nerds, man. Those guys are
Mm,
very very tactical with their fights, and I thought I saw them fight a slower Yontop. So I
mm.
expected that. Like when I saw him miss weight and saw how big he looked, I was like, okay, this should be a little bit more one side. I think he should get the finish. And when I seen he didn't get the finish, it kind of made me go, okay, maybe they haven't figured those things out, because myself, I pride myself in being a fight nerd myself. Like I
Mm.
study the game all the time. I'm always watching, always learning, always trying to get better. So when I saw them, I mean, in my opinion, I thought I gave a pretty good blueprint on how to beat them, and I
Mm.
thought the last two guys who fought them, would follow the blueprint. But I'm still seeing guys kind of, do more what they want to do versus what has to be done. So I thought that was a kind of a hole in his game.
Yeah, bro. Because honestly, seeing Rufi and the last guy Vorslav Borlachev, I believe his name is, to see them struggle with him. Meanwhile, you sub him in the first round. I mean, Yontop is crazy tough, and you managed to put him away. So that makes it even more impressive. That makes the win for you even better. And on top of that, like you are an underdog against Rongju. Like, do you feel like you're underrated at lightweight?
You know what, man? I think I am. I think a lot of the guys from what I've seen from what all my teammates and everyone was showing me, that a lot of the guys who bet and was doing betting and studying the fight, no one really studied uh the actual fight. Most people were just kind of looking at my record, kind of seeing that I lost to some guys. They kind of forget, man. California is one of the meccas
Mm,
of MMA, man. So like everybody that's fighting out of California versus around the world, we're fighting the best. Like we're fighting guys who train probably just as much as you, have access to MMA, just as much as you. And this is no shot at the
mm,
guys in the other part of the world, but um, I don't think Yontop or I don't think Rongzu faced somebody with my caliber, with my level of coaching, with my level of skill, and or faced opponents with my level of skill or caliber. I
mm.
think they just kind of fought guys who, God knows where they were getting fights from. So, but for me, it doesn't even really matter, man. I tell my teammates all the time, it doesn't matter if you're the dog or you're the favorite. All it's about is if you know what you're doing, you know you're training hard, you're working hard, bro. Hey, they can have the favoritism, man. I'm just gonna smash you. So uh they can have it, man. Like I said, I prefer to be an underdog personally.
Yeah, I mean, you did smash them. I mean, the first round submission and then Rongshu, that was just a complete breakdown. And honestly, like, when do you think you'll get a ranked opponent? Because you are very, very well rounded at lightweight. Like you know, you have great ground game, great striking skills, a very technical striking game. When do you think you'll get a ranked opponent?
Shit, man. I it doesn't even matter to me, man. Just long as the money match, man. So they want to give me someone ranked, just make sure the dollar bills count. Cause uh, I as much as I love the fans, I love the people that support me, man. I do it to help take care of my family, man. Help take care of the people around me to better my life. So I know everyone wants me to get a ranked opponent because, as you said, man, like I got skills, man, and I know it, and the fans know. You guys can see exactly what you said. You see these last two guys struggle with Yon Top, and I got Yon Top out of there on short notice while he was coming off all that hype and everything. They got Yon Top after I cooked him, you know. So uh, as long as the numbers match, man, they can give me whoever they want, and I'll stand right in front, and I'll get the job done either way.
Yeah, bro. That is like honestly, bro. What you've been able to do is really insane. Do you have like an ideal path to the title?
Shoot, man, beat everybody that's around me. Shit, I see. Ruffy just fought, so shit. That I wouldn't mind that next. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I I like fights that again they would give me the underdog role, and I'm pretty sure they would make me underdog against him.
mm.
Uh, Again, I like that. I like the idea of beating somebody, fight nerd, man. That's like winning is great, man, but I feel like beating somebody that they consider like the guy or and his team, they consider themselves like, students of the game. And I consider myself a student of the game. So beating that just adds icing on the ass whooping.
Yeah, bro. I know what you mean. The fighting nerds have crazy hype right now, and if you beat one of them, that would honestly take all of it. Because, bro, they're on a crazy run right now. And speaking of opponents that you want to fight next, you called out Mahashate after your Rongju fight. Why did that fight fall through? Was there any reason, or was it just like unable to get the timing?
I think it was just more of the timing. He had a fight. They had China coming up, and I just won, and I was just doing some therapy from me, basically just shit. It could be a long story about
Mm-hmm.
that, but just doing physical therapy, and then the fight in November. He wanted to fight in November, and I was like, okay, I'm not ready. So I think it was just more of that, and then now he's in November, and depending how that fight comes about, they got the card in January. So it's a little off. But the way I see it, man, is if he's on it and he can keep his winning ways going, we're going to meet one way or another because I'm planning to keep winning. So we'll see.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions. If you won at UFC Macau, would you still want to fight him? And it seems like you do want to do that. What makes you want to fight him so bad?
When I watched him fight, man, he's just one of those tough guys, man.
Mm,
He goes out there, he tries to put on a show, man. Uh, and I think that some of the guys that they struggle with, like I thought Benitez beat him by a close decision, and for me,
mm-hmm.
it's just like, bro, some of these guys you shouldn't even go into decision with, man. You should be able to get that guy out of there. And I think just like with Rongzu and just like with Yontop, I think I can just get him out of there. Like I don't think there'll be much of a struggle for me. I think I can figure him out and get him out of there. And again, I beat his teammate, man. So just give him that chance to get that one back. And if not, shit, another one in my win column.
Yeah, bro. I 100% believe you can beat him, man. I think he's a great, opponent to showcase your striking on. I think his defense is kind of questionable at times. But anyway, that's really all I have to say about Mahashata. I want to talk. You seem to be very into anime. I've seen on your, your Instagram. Why do you think there's so many like anime nerds in the UFC? If you know what I mean, you have like Izzy. Izzy's quite big into anime, and you have like guys like Brian Battle as well. Brian Battle's quite big into anime. Do you think there's any kind of like correlation? I know this is kind of like a random question.
Nah, man. Shit, it would be random if I didn't like anime, but I think I just think, man, if you're one of those kids who kind of like who, for me, it was easy for me to stay out of trouble like around myself growing
Mm-hmm.
up because like uh it'd be, do you want to go outside and get in trouble, or do you want to stay in on Saturday and watch your favorite anime come up, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have a whole, 6 7 animes coming out on the same night. So for me it was easy to stay away from it, so I always found motivation there. And then as I grew up and I found out I wanted to be a fighter, and then when you like listen to some of the things that like the characters are talking, because
Yeah.
art mimics life and vice versa, so I believe the creators of these animes and mangas and stuff, they realize like these are some of the things that kids need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot, man, I always tell guys I find inspiration like for every camp. Like I'll find one of my favorite anime characters, and that'll be my inspiration for this camp. Whether it's push beyond my limits, or it's I'm about to body you, man. I'm about to body you in just a silent, such a deadly way. And it's like, oh, it's that guy. And if you go look at my fight right before the UFC fight, I walked out with a giant a guillotine blade from one of my favorite characters. So it just, and the way his mindset was he's a silent assassin. He's known all over his world. He's known all over his world as a as somebody you gotta be on the lookout for because he'll kill you.
Yeah, bro. That's honestly awesome, bro. I definitely like. I agree. I get what you mean, bro. I agree with it. That is really really cool. Do you have any like recommendations for like anime for the viewers?
Dude, right now, I would say if you're a newer like a young kid, probably around like your early teens, I would say go back and watch the classics, because
Mm-hmm.
the classics always hit the best. I would say go get your Naruto's, go get your One Pieces, go get your Death Notes, uh shit, go get your Gundams down. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's so many. If you want something a little more modern, My Hero,
Yeah.
JJK, uh, shit, the new Dragon Ball Z just came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one because it's kind of bringing back old Dragon Ball feels with that new modern Dragon Ball Super feel. Uh, shit, man, I literally can just go on and on. But I would
Yeah.
say go watch the classics, man. Go watch the '90s animes because it has a little bit more of that 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 feeling that was going around in that time, like the what was going on culturally around that time, and for me it's always cool to understand history so you kind of see where the world is going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Those are no. Those are actually like great picks, bro. And I want to talk about 309, like, because I touched on it earlier with Yontop and Ruffy. But what did you make of John Jones's performance?
That's the GOAT, man. John
Mm-hmm.
Jones is if I can say that, like I model myself around any fighter, John Jones would definitely be like my number one. Like that's the guy where when I see style, I see IQ, I see the ability to implement any weapon, the ability to stay calm under any pressure, whether it's he just got hurt, or he make it look easy, or he's down in rounds. Like John Jones is a
Mm-hmm.
fighter that you can emulate your game around, and it'll take you as far as you need in the MMA world. So yeah, man, he the goat made it look like the goat should have made it. That's where like we go back to like the Yontop fight and the Rangzu fight.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to make the fight look exactly how John Jones made the Stipe fight look easy. Because imagine John Jones went to war with Stipe. Would that have been cool? Yeah, because everyone likes a good war, but would that have shown his GOAT status? Would that have shown why he's separate from the rest of these guys? It wouldn't have. And that's my job. I'm not just some guy that can win a hard fought decision. Again, most guys don't deserve
Mm-hmm.
that. So, yep, John Jones is the GOAT, man. That's probably my all time favorite fighter.
Yeah, bro. I see a lot of similarities. John Jones is another guy who studies the game very, very closely. I definitely see a lot of similarities between both you guys. And also, what did you make of Charles Oliveira's performance? He's another guy in the lightweight division. What do you think about him?
I thought Charles, man, when I made my
Mm,
debut, man. Again, I've been waiting to get into the UFC for so long, man, and I had a lot of ups and downs in my career. Uh, and I was being called a sacrificial lamb going into my first UFC fight. So I'm
mm.
like cutting weight, and I'm sitting by the pool. I'm by myself. My coaches are just walked out, so I'm chilling by myself. And then the PI, they basically has like they have like the little Charles Oliveira documentary playing, and I'm watching, man, and it just breaks.
All right, so the interview just cut off there. I don't really know why, but essentially what he went on to say was that Charles Oliveira's documentary was very inspiring, and it made him cry in the UFC PI, I think. And it's kind of hard because I'm recalling this from memory. I don't have anything saved. I don't know why it just stopped there. But then I asked him about Islam and Arman, and he said that would be an absolute war, and it's going to be a great fight, and he's going to pick Islam in that fight to win. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this interview. That was my first interview ever. I was kind of nervous. Looking, I'm watching it back. I was stuttering a lot. it's kind of funny to watch. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the interview. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.